Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker. I am going to come at you. This is going to be a little controversial here because this is someone that many of us know and love. That's Maya Angelou. One of the things that she says is when you know better, you do better. Well, guys, after living my life a little bit longer, I find that that's not necessarily always the case. You see, you can be taught the proper ways to invest. Um, you can also be taught the proper ways to protect yourself. However, that doesn't always mean that when the test comes or when situations arise, you're going to apply what you know, what you have been taught, to what is actually occurring to you. You see, there's different types of knowledge also, and I always took that to mean that whatever it is, if you not only know how to invest, if you know how to be a better Christian or whatever, you know more about Christianity, you would be a better Christian. But that's not the case, because your upbringing, how you grew up, uh, your psychology, your thinking, sometimes that needs to be changed. That needs to be reset. Uh, Essentially, you need to go to therapy and get whatever it is worked out so that you don't make mistakes that you shouldn't make. Let me give you an example. So, remember when we were talking about the love cons? How there's a lot of women, especially smart women, who get conned out of their money in romance scams. Okay. And a lot of times when you look and you listen to what they're saying, you say to yourself, oh my God, why did they make that mistake? How come they didn't know X, Y, and Z? Here's the thing. Some of them do know X, Y, and Z, but they don't follow through because they haven't worked out certain traumas, past traumas in their life. A lot of people who are very smart, may have been called a nerd when they grew up, and they weren't accepted by their peers. So because of that, when somebody who in their eyes may be very attractive physically, maybe very appear to be cool and calm, someone who looks like they were sitting at the cool girl's table or the cool guy's table, then they get excited. And all of that other knowledge, a lot of times it goes out the window. So that's how another reason why they'll see red flag after red flag after red flag. And they know that's not good. But because they want and long to be accepted, they'll move forward and they'll go ahead. Or the other thing that happens is being desperate. Sometimes, especially, your hormones kick in and your mind is telling you one thing, but your flesh wants you to go in a different direction. So you'll give money to people, you'll invest in the wrong people, put it that way. Okay. And this doesn't necessarily have to do strictly with romance. Family also. Are you investing your money and your time with the right family members, with family members who are going to produce? Because there are some family members that you will do that for, and then when the time comes, they don't produce anything at all. And when you need to be taken care of, or you need some kind of assistance or help, they're not there for you. You understand what I'm saying? Because, and if you don't stop and say, okay, you know what, this is not right, this is wrong, and even if you confront them and you still go ahead and you do it because they're quote unquote family, no, we need to change that. Or we worry about what other people think. We say, oh, well, that is my family, so I don't want people to think bad of me if I stop helping them, even though they are abusing me, even though they are taking advantage of me and they're taking my money, etc., etc., etc. I'm bringing this to you. You might say this is off topic, but it is not, because one of the reasons why a lot of people are not able to afford housing is because they are financially helping people who feel entitled, financially helping people who are con artists, financially helping people who really don't care about them, who are abusing them, misusing them, etc., etc. If they were to stop giving these people money, then they would have more money for themselves to go and invest in either more properties, more mortgage notes, more tax liens, or whatever, your real estate strategy is. They would have more money for that. But that person is holding them back. But it's not even always that particular person, because once they show you who they are and you still continue not to believe them, then it's no longer just them, it's you also. And that's why therapy is important. That's why you have to heal that inner child. You got to heal, whatever it is. Because I realize, growing up without a father, there's some abandonment issues that I got to deal with that makes me want to spend my money a particular way, which is not healthy, number one, which is not fruitful, number two. So that's why I'm bringing this to the forefront. That's why I'm making you guys think. It's not just knowledge of, okay, I know how to invest. I know how to do X, Y, and Z. I know how to make money. Mm-mm. Do you know how to love yourself? Do you know how to spot a con? And once you spot it, do you know how to maneuver it, stop it, move away from it or that person? Do you know how to manage your emotions? Because if you don't manage your emotions properly, then you will not manage your money as well as you should. With all the book knowledge, see, book knowledge is good, book knowledge is great, but self knowledge is important. And a lot of times that is what is neglected: self knowledge, self love, self understanding. forgiving of self. Those are the things that need to be tackled in addition to having book knowledge. And of course, on top of that, who are you connected to as well? Because they say if the 5 people that you hang around the most, you're going to eventually be like those people. So you need to ask yourself, do you want to be like those people that you're hanging around? And if you do, why? Especially if they're not making any profits. All right. So, guys, that's all I have to share with you. Hopefully, what I said makes some kind of sense. Please feel free to share this amongst your friends. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.